Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the W. Mason Coaches Report. My name is Rachel Vogel, and today I am joined once again by the head softball coach of the Hofstra Pride, Adrienne Clark. Coach, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well, Coach. So Pride is back in Hempstead following another 5-game stretch in Florida. You played 5 games this weekend against some tough opponents. You played Indiana 3 times, and of course, number 3, Florida State, twice at their home facility nonetheless. But certainly wasn't the results you wanted to see, but plenty of positives to take away from this weekend. I know there were a couple road games, close games that you were in it the full way, especially that one Florida State game. You only dropped 3-0. You really had them waiting until that last out. You were in it the whole time. So just real quick, talk about some of those positive takeaways that you saw from the team this weekend.
Yes. So for us, we're continuing to learn and grow. And while we're making some mistakes, we're really learning to adapt to them and use them as a learning experience to continue to stay on the attack, right? I think it was really awesome for our team to be able to experience, playing at Florida State Stadium and playing elite competition, and to then see that we're right there with them, right? And that we can compete, and we're in those games. It was really impactful for our team to experience.
So looking at those games specifically, just such high competition, the best of the best teams that will be in the postseason in the NCAA tournament. What does that mean for your team to just have that confidence? Now going to the next stretch, you face another pair of ACC opponents this week. So what does that confidence mean heading into the next stretch, and not just now, just through the whole season?
Yeah, we are continuing to challenge them to be confident in everything that they do at all times. And that comes from learning from each experience. So I can't, express it enough how much each opportunity has led us to the next and set us up to be able to perform even better than what we have thus far. So heading into Louisville and the competition that we're going to play there, I think we're in a great spot to really have a successful weekend.
So singling out, the pitching this weekend, from a personal standpoint, I thought they really held their own for the most part, again, against some tough opponents. Julia Apsell threw almost 17 innings this weekend for the Pride. She threw 6 strikeouts. She certainly stepped up to the plate on the defensive end, obviously. So just talk about Julia's performance and what you saw from her.
Yeah, Julia's just doing a great job. I mean, she is completely unfazed when she's out there on the mound, and it's something that's hard to really explain. Like, she just kind of goes out there and slings it, and she always stays on the attack. So it's no surprise to me that she was able to have success. She's got an edge being a lefty, and then the movement and the spin she's able to generate on the ball makes it very, very challenging to hit. And then when you add in her change of speed, it always keeps the hitters off balance. And so she really did a phenomenal job of utilizing all the tools in her toolbox to have success this past weekend.
And on the offensive end, I, of course, want to bring up Megan Giordano. First home run of the season for her. Probably felt so good to get that off of her back, especially knowing her capabilities, knowing what she can do. So just talk about how she was seeing the ball this weekend.
Yeah, she was seeing the ball really well. She has done a really great job of staying within her process and what that looks like for her. And it totally paid off this weekend because she hit her stride, right? Like, she stayed within her process that allowed her to see the ball really well and then make solid contact. And it was really cool to see her kind of have that breakout and show the power that she possesses all of the time at the plate.
And then obviously one of the highlights that your team saw this weekend was Gianna Aquinto, a freshman who had never seen the outfield in her college experience so far, and actually her first career start as well. Made a spectacular diving grab out in right field. Must have been very cool for your program. Obviously made SportsCenter top 10 that evening. So just talk about that spotlight, and obviously Gianna and her confidence now moving forward. It's another option in right field for her, and it also is another bat in the lineup that you could go to. So just talk about that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk a lot to the team about opportunities, and when they come, making the most of them, and to not get discouraged by things. And she's stuck to her process, and she saw an opportunity and she went, full speed. And It was just so rewarding to see her have such an incredible catch. I'll be honest with you, like I was like, wait, did she catch that? Like, wow, that was incredible, you know? And she had no fear at the plate, and she just kind of went up there and took hacks at some quality pitches. And she had a really awesome weekend for herself, and I'm very proud of her.
Yes, you're right. She did have a couple hits on the offensive end as well, and always nice to get those first collegiate hits out of the way. So, Coach, looking forward to this weekend. As I mentioned, another great weekend ahead for the Pride this weekend in Louisville, Kentucky for the Cardinal Classic. You'll play another slate of 5 games. You'll start off with a doubleheader against Louisville on Friday, turn around for another back-to-back slate against Illinois and Western Michigan, and then close out the schedule with a single game against Western Michigan on Sunday. So just talk about the competition that the Pride is going to be facing this weekend.
Yeah, it's another tough weekend. Some really quality teams, Louisville and Illinois being Power 5 schools, and then Western Michigan. I mean, we're in a really good spot to build some momentum for ourselves, and I'm really excited to continue to see us learn and grow and put some things together.
So once again, Hofstra fans, the Pride is back in action. Louisville, Kentucky for the Cardinal Classic this weekend. Live stats will be available for all 5 games, live video available once again for the host Louisville Cardinal games. We'll start off the weekend with a doubleheader, as I mentioned, Friday, March 4th, first one at 3 p.m., next one to follow at 5:15. Coach, absolute best of luck this weekend, and thank you for taking the time to join me today.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And that was head softball coach Adrienne Clark, and you've been watching the Debbie Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.